Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's Sun Belt Conference Football Coaches Teleconference. At this time, we'll go ahead and get started. First, we'd like to announce the Players of the Week. The Offensive Player of the Week, wide receiver from ULM, Allen Hawley. Defensive Player of the Week, a linebacker from New Mexico State, Rodney Butler. And the Special Teams Player of the Week, a kicker from New Mexico State, Maxwell Johnson. We're now joined with the head coach of Appalachian State. If you have a question for Coach Scott Satterfield, please dial *1 on your phone at this time. Coach, while we're waiting for questions to get in the queue, would you mind starting us off with a opening statement?
Yeah, I thought, for our first home game, it was good to get back home. I thought we had a really great crowd out here, great atmosphere. And then our kids, I thought, really came out and played very fast and had a good game plan going into it. And the guys executed it very well in the first half. We had a lightning delay in the second half, I think 52 minutes, and then came out, and I thought they did a great job of coming back out in the second half, picking up where they left off, and really played a solid game throughout the whole game. Our defense had some turnovers, and offensively we're able to punch it in and score some points, and we got to play a lot of kids, which was good. It was just good to bounce back after a tough loss first week, and so now we're into our open week, bye week, and so we got obviously a lot of things to work on, but looking forward to this week and have Southern Miss next Saturday.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from North Carolina. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hi, Scott. Scott, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, this is Steve there.
Okay.
This bye week, does it come at a good time for you? You kind of wish that maybe you had a few more games to have underneath your belt before you started?
Well, no, actually, I think it's probably a good time. You play two games, you get a good feel for kind of where your team is headed. I think obviously you pick out things that you need to work on and you get better at it. So I think it's a good time for us. This is a good week for us to really work on a lot of things. Run fits, tackling, and just fundamentals, blocking. And those are things that we'll be working on as we head throughout this week.
You kind of touched on it after the game, but you also kind of work on player evaluation during practice.
Yeah, we certainly are. I mean, each time we get out there and practice, we're obviously competing, at a lot of different positions. In the secondary, a wide receiver, a quarterback, running back. I mean, there's offensive line. I mean, so pretty much every position we're really trying to let the guys compete, get after it, and see who gives us the best chance.
And lastly, you're kind of looking forward to playing a peer more towards you guys, like a Southern Miss instead of a Michigan or Campbell?
Yeah, I mean, I think, as Michigan's at, a big-time level right now from us. Then, of course, we're above Campbell, and so now, having to play and get ready for, the meat of our schedule, starting with Southern Miss, an institution that has great tradition, has won many bowl games. So for us, it's going to be a good gauge, playing a peer institution, and then 5 days after that, playing Georgia Southern. So, we're getting ready to get in the meat of our schedule, so this off week is a good time for us to work on the things we need to work on.
Do you get extra time to game plan? Do you use that extra week, or do you just do the regular?
Well, we're trying. Well, obviously we're watching film. Southern Miss as well as Georgia Southern, since we do have a short week. So we are watching a little bit of both. But for us this week, it's more about us. And like I said, the fundamentals and trying to get the best we possibly can, and personnel. You mentioned that. So fundamentals and personnel is what we're really focusing in on this week as coaches. Whereas we're watching film on those two opponents. So.
How much do you dive in on Georgia Southern?
Well, we're gonna work a day of them, and then 2 days of Southern Miss, and then obviously evaluating ourselves too, doing a self scout as well. So that's kind of how we're breaking it up. Just Georgia Southern, just because we only have 5 days to prepare. That's the main reason for that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Steve. That was all the questions we have for you.
Okay.
Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.